Live from New York and Australia, it's Hangout Conversations with Matt Rappaport.
I met a guy called Matt on this thing called the internet. I'm never sure how to pronounce his name, Matt Rappaport or something like that. I noticed he's really cool, everyone seems to like him. He's exactly the opposite to what I was at school, nobody seemed to like me. So here we are on his Hangout gig. Come and join us and have a drink. You can put your feet up, enjoy the gig, enjoy the show.
Yeah, that was Lizzy Spit. Lizzy Spit's our guest tonight. That was awesome, Lizzy Spit. Thank you so much. Welcome to the first ever Hangout Conversations on the first ever PLUSversary. Happy birthday. This is the 40th, I should say, show on Google's anniversary. 1 year of Google+, and it's been an amazing, crazy ride. Can't believe it's been a year. I looked at some of these posts that we put up last summer and some of the Hangouts like Hurricane Irene and some other things, and I'm like, wow, that was a year ago? Wow. You know, I think the cool thing about Google Plus and the not so cool thing is, like, you think about time differently. You think about, wow, did I just spend, how much time did I spend? And I know Google's like, we don't want you to think about the time, which I get, which is, yeah, it's understandable, but you do. You're like, a year is not so long. When you're in school, you're like, okay, a whole year, that's like a long time, but in life, after school, and you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're using Google Plus, and you're doing all these kinds of things on it, meeting all these people, having all these conversations, see what I did there, and things just go zoop, they just fly by, but happy PLUSversary, and that was an amazing intro. I'm going to use that, I think, in the future. Katie Sevigny and now Lizzy Spit have given me some fun songs to have, and yeah, put your feet up, like Lizzy said, grab yourself a drink. I have green tea beer, minus the beer. Oh, that's good stuff. If you got my invite, Google Plus events are now out, so I invited people to Hangout Conversations this episode, and I did it yesterday. I guess it was announced, and I did it right away. The response was pretty good, but most people seem to be annoyed by all the invites. I know I meant it just for this episode and for the New York City Hurl 2 coming up, and I understand why people would get upset about it, but I think it'll roll over. I think people are just playing with the new toy, the new feature, and they're just going to go invite to, you know, me being awesome or whatever they were inviting people to. So excited about that. Google I/O is going on. So they gave away, they had the Nexus 7 tablet for $199, which I talked to Mike Corbett today. He said it's the best tablet he's ever used, although I don't know what tablets he's used. And the Nexus 2 streaming device, and people can play, your friends can play music in your living room and socially, so that off your own tablet. So it's kind of an interesting feature. And the new Android 4.1 Jelly Bean's out. They gave away 6,000 of these for swag yesterday. I'm kind of jelly. I don't know if you are. Yep. The glass demo was amazing. Can you imagine with the automated Google glasses? I mean, they jumped out of a plane. They rode bicycles. They were down the side of the building. They were doing laundry. They were cooking dinner. No, they were doing that. And that's pretty amazing. They're going to be underwater next, although they'll have to make waterproof glasses. Although maybe glasses won't work underwater with the internet. Maybe they'd have to wear like a whole spacesuit, a whole scuba suit. But then again, can you get Wi-Fi underwater? Has anyone tried? I don't know. I guess if you're in a boat. Anyway, I'm digressing here. Last week's episode, Eric Rice, who's in New York right now, blue-haired guy, is up for you to check out. He's in New York City. I hope to hook up with him this week. I don't mean like, you know, kiss him. I mean like hang out with him. Of course you knew that. The 1 year New York City photo walk, and a lot of photo walks are happening on Saturday, June 30th, with Vivian Gouchois. That should be interesting. And an episode of Plus Cayman Show that was just up to 16. I call it. We addressed a lot of things. Matt Mikowski's, you know, hate mail and Jane Ellen's beauty tips and all that good stuff. And she's got a show tonight coming up in 30 minutes called Broad-Minded with her and Lynette Young and Amy Gabriel and Cynthia Parrott and Karen Elaine. But you should stay here, and then you can check that show later. You know what I'm saying? But 1 year plus, you know, it's meant so much to me. I'm extremely grateful and excited, and it's full of love for you out there, for all of you out there that are watching live, that are watching on YouTube, or hangoutconversations.com, or even those that haven't checked this out yet. I still think you're sweet, so I haven't checked this out. Thanks to the invitees for responding. If you are watching from the invite link, check in, make some comments, add some pictures, whatever you want. Let's. I don't know how to turn on party mode. That must be an Android thing, but make it party mode and let me see what's going on. Do you have any questions for our guest? But tonight's guest, is an amazing, great person to do this. I met her in the Halloween Hangout back in October of 2011, which was so long ago, but doesn't seem that long ago. And I was telling some funny, scary stories. But it's morning for her down under, where she's from, and so she had to be up real early, which was really great. She's fun. She's sweet, kind. She's uber-duper, super talented. She's also playing a Hangout concert coming up with recent guest Montreal singer Katie Sevigny, which I'm looking forward to in July. And she kicks off this whole musical Hangout Conversation summer show run that I have for the next few weeks coming on into the live New York City Herald 2 concert. She's the one and only. She is the smiley Lizzy Spit is here, everybody. Welcome to Hangout Conversations, Lizzy Spit.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. There she is.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Did I talk fast enough? I was trying to say everything and get it out.
You did.
Have as much time.
I was, listening out for all your lovely compliments. Thank you very much.
You look lovely today. This morning. Big love fest.
Thank you. It's not that early now. I did have to get up early, but it's not so bad anymore. It's only 8:30 in the morning. So.
Well, most people during their regular week, their week starts 8:30 is fine. For me, 8:30 is crazy early, but because I say I'm probably still up at 8:30. No, I used to be, but so.
I know. Don't you find that you do 24 hours with all the stuff you do? Do you ever sleep?
I do sleep. Yeah. No, I do get to go to sleep. Lately, I try to go to sleep by 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at the latest, and you think that's crazy, or 4. But when Google Plus first started, I would be on Hangout. I'd be addicted. I'd be oh, I gotta post this. Just because your mind is going is fully charged, and then you can't. You know how it is when your mind is fully charged to go to sleep after that. But you get
so many people writing back to you and sort of discussing what you're discussing, and then you just want to keep talking. That's what I find. Can't stop.
It's how do you stop? So how did you? Okay, so you're British. You're also you're Australian. We'll get into that in a second. But you found Google Plus, and now you're here. How did you find Google Plus and get into it and join a Hangout? Where did that come from?
So, obviously, I started. I did my first Hangout with you back in October last year.
That was your first, okay.
That was my first, and I got I was found by a lady called Laurie Palmer, who she saw one of my videos on YouTube and said, "Hey, have you seen this website? And would love to have you on as a musical guest." And I was a bit unsure about what it was because I'd not heard of it. So signed up, did the Hangout, and all of a sudden there are all these people talking to me, and I was like, oh my god, this is really cool. So signed up and started using it, but then I went away on my travels, and I sort of just, life got in the way because I hadn't quite got the gist of what was going on Google+. I just sort of neglected it for a couple of months. And then when I got back from my travels, I decided, because I kept getting emails saying, this person has added you, or this person has commented.
Where did you go, Lizzy Spit? We don't know where you are. Come back.
Yeah, basically. And so I just circled everyone who'd added me back, because I wasn't sure what to do. So I just said, oh, okay, just put them in this circle. And the next thing I knew, I just had so many people talking to me, and, it was... I'm hooked. I can't lie. I'm on it all the time now because people. Yeah. It's not just about music for me either, because obviously I post my music and that it's a really great tool of getting my songs out. But you just mentioned that I've moved over to Australia from England. It's been really with time differences and stuff. It's been really difficult keeping in touch with everybody how I want to, and so to meet all these new people via Google Plus has just made me feel so much sort of happier about the move and stuff. So it's been really great for me. Cool.
Yeah, and so do you want to talk about how, how did Lori, she just found you and she just...
Yeah, she just found me on YouTube because
wow.
I post quite a few videos. from time to time, but back then
Quite
I only
a
had
few.
quite a few. And she just sent me a message, and she was really lovely. I really like her. She's a funny lady.
Yeah, she's great.
And she explained everything, because she actually told me about Daria Musk, and I sort of, started to follow her story. And that's
there's that word again.
me.
Yeah, no, it's interesting, that word story. So like everyone talks about, oh, I really like to hear your story, or what's your story, and that's that's an interesting word to me. I mean, I get it, and from a marketing standpoint, it's like, okay, what's their story and is it marketable? Like, seems to be the big thing, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so many people doing so many things, and they're so interesting that their story is so all encompassing. All these different people that I've met. So it's interesting to when like the whole enchilada, then you hear the stories. Sometimes I don't know. I'm just getting into the whole it's interesting to me. And so
people find their way on Google Plus as well, because everyone comes on here for a different reason, and the experience that they then have on Google Plus is different from what I have, or different from what you have, and things like that.
Yeah, and so I mean, there are a ton of people all over the world, but Australia and New Zealand down there, there's so many people that were in Hangouts early, and I've met. And are you meeting a lot of Australians, like George and Kim? And
yeah, I've met quite a few Australians actually now. There's quite a big community in Perth. There's a big Perth circle that, excuse me, I was introduced to a couple of weeks ago. And because before that, I'd only really sort of met people from the States, because it, to me, seemed like primarily that it was the States on Google+. And then all of a sudden, a couple of people was like, well, hang on, you're from here, and there's a whole local network, and, hopefully I've got a live gig.
What about us?
Yeah, what about us? And a couple of them are going to come, so we're going to get to hang out in real life, which would be cool. Because that's really exciting. But there's so many people on here that I don't even know where to keep going. I want to sort of meet everybody and talk to everybody. And so Australia is online.
Australia is online.
Maybe behind, but we're
and
online.
So and New Zealand too. I mean, I find a lot of Kiwis popping up as well.
I've not met any Kiwis yet, actually.
Have you been to New Zealand or no? Not yet.
Yes, I have. I've been twice.
Wow.
I went for a month. About 5 years ago, I did a bus trip around with one of my friends. It was the most amazing experience of my life. It was just you hop on this bus, you see this amazing place, then you get drunk in the evening, then you get up again, you do exactly the same.
It's way smaller than Australia, though, right?
Oh my God, it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Can you go from one island, one side to the back, the whole, there's a break in the middle, right?
Yeah, there's two islands, north and south. If you're gonna
is that what you call it? I call it a break in the middle. Two islands, okay.
Oh, break in the middle.
Why can't they just build a bridge? Is it too far?
I know. No, there's a very lovely ferry that you take over. It's sort of I think New Zealand's stepping back into the Stone Age by a good 30 years. It's just so beautiful, and everything is just the
Flintstones.
Oh, it's amazing. If you ever get the chance to go, you must go, and you've got to spend I'd say you could do it nicely in a month. Anything less, you're going to be speeding round. But oh God, it's just think of Lord of the Rings, multiply it by 100, add some ice caps, add some huge lakes, and you have a picture. And the difference, because I was talking about with George Toronto about Australia last night, the difference is New Zealand, you pretty much can go almost anywhere in the right versus Australia. The middle of Australia, like Alice Springs and stuff, is crazy dangerous, right? A little bit. Yeah, New Zealand is really, really it actually reminds me a little bit of a really small England in parts. So obviously you don't get the ice caps in England and things like that, but you could go anywhere, you could walk for miles and not see anybody, or you could go to a place where you could see someone. And Australia is so vast that you can't even, you have to drive for however long to get to the nearest city. It's an amazing place, but it is, an inland Australia. I think of Australia just as is like a circle on Google Plus, but you can't ever, you have to stay on the outside of the circle, just the coast, right, for the most part. What it is. I mean, obviously there's places to visit and amazing places inland, but the heat there is stupidly hot. There's dingoes, there's snakes, there's spiders. Yeah, and we all know dingoes eat your baby, so. I know. So don't go to Alice Springs or don't bring your baby. Earth Rock, because and there's lots of different kinds of animals, so
That's
crazy
cool.
animals.
And there
Everything
are
can kill you with Australia.
wow, yeah, and even the what's his face died, Steve Irwin.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, I know.
That was
I know.
terrible.
He is a national hero here. He's an
Yeah.
absolute national hero.
Yeah. My hero is Paul Hogan. No, I'm just kidding. The Crocodile Dundee. I mean, but George, he was so. There are people that are like that kind of like outback type guy with the alligator skin jackets and that, right?
Yeah. I've met a couple of
Oops.
Oh, hi, little doggy.
Bad timing, doggy. Don't you know I'm doing a show? Oh man.
When I flew over to Australia, our captain came on the microphone or whatever you'd call it on the plane and said, "Oh, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do Australian accent. My name's Paul Hogan, and I'm going to be your pilot today." And
Nice.
everybody erupted, and we were just like, "Oh my God, we're being flown to Australia by Indiana Jones." It was, yeah.
You're like, that's not a captain. I'll show you a captain.
Yeah, this is a captain. Oh my God, look, I have a letter opener.
Oh, you have a letter opener. Don't stab me. Ouch. I'm trying to like play with the mute button because my dog is barking, but she's not in a location that I can actually like try to shut her up.
What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Minnie. She's cute. She's like 7-8 pounds. She's 13 years old. And
Minnie.
I post Minnie.
Minnie.
Minnie, come here, Minnie. We're calling Minnie live. So yeah, you want to do? Let's go right into. You want to do a song? I don't know what you prepared. I know I've listened to your song Home. I've listened to your song Egg Box. I don't know what you want to sing.
I'll do Home then, and I'll dedicate it to you for having me on your show.
Sweet.
Thank you for having me on your show, and happy birthday to Google Plus as well.
You're there's a little frozen, so maybe move around a little bit. I'm just like messing around with the.
How's this? Can you? Am I unfrozen?
Come in. Not yet. I mean, I can still hear you though. Oh, there you go. All right. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just sitting here going like this.
You're like rocking the boat. Maybe I'll come back to life. Sweet. Lizzy Spit. Oh, can I ask one thing? Well, before you start your song.
Yeah.
Is Lizzy Spit your real name?
No, it's not my real name. But don't block me. Don't block me.
Okay. No, it's your stage name, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
So my full name is a really long English, double-barreled. You don't even want to hear it.
Are you saying that you're royalty?
No, I'm close. I'm a little bit related. Lizzy Spit was a nickname that my dad gave me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was this really cute little blonde thing who would.
You're still that.
Everyone would go, "Oh, hi, Elizabeth." I would just spit at them. I was gross. I know. It's horrible. Horrifying. So my dad.
Spit take. I'm gonna call you Spit Take Lizzy. That's better.
Thank you.
No,
so my dad gave me that nickname, and then when I started gigging, like I was going by the name Elizabeth, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay. Are you trying to be the new prince or something?" Elizabeth,
right.
Just Elizabeth, and it didn't work. So.
Were you wearing a glove too?
Yeah.
You have like the one glove?
No, I don't have one glove. I should though. I could. Maybe. Oh look, I've got a. Hang on.
That's
now
funny.
I do.
It's a glove. It's a scarf of the cat. Oh man.
That's where Lizzy Spit came.
Nice.
Now you know.
Now I know, because I have to. I think it's a nice name. I don't know. I'm not trying to put it down, but I do think some people see Lizzy Spit. I don't know. I don't want to say. I mean, one might mistake you for an adult actress. Not to be mean.
I've not had that before. I've had rapper.
Okay.
I've not had an adult actress. But interesting enough, my name is one of those things that always get people talking. And
that's good.
I've thought about changing it before, but I'm so used to it now that I don't think that I could, because I don't know. Whenever I've had a couple of songs played on the radio and stuff, and they've all said, "Oh, we saw this name and we just had to look at it, had to listen to it." So I kind of think, as much as it might be misleading and might make you think that I like adult movies or am in adult movies, but I'm a hardcore rap artist.
Right.
It also.
No, I don't think you're that once we meet you. Although I've never thought about it, but it would be fun to like say your name Lizzy and then just spit instead of saying your last name. Just go, "Hey, that's Lizzy."
Yeah.
It's like, ew, you just put her on me. Yeah, that's kind of.
No, but then of course you get the other jokes that I won't say because it might be rude. I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Oh,
be rude.
yeah, Lizzy Swallow. That's all right.
Oh yeah, okay, you're already there.
Yeah, everyone's like, all right, we just got a new viewer because I said that. All right. That's
I know.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, I didn't mean to interrupt. Okay.
No, it's okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt your home song there, but...
This is my song, and it's called Everybody Hates Me and Everybody Hates My Name. Thanks, Matt.
Everybody loves you, just like Raymond. No, nobody hates you. I just think I just have to address the name. I hate people go Rappaport. That's a nice name. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's an interesting name, actually. I've not seen... You're the first person I've ever seen to have that surname.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, the actor Michael Rappaport has it, but he spells it with one less P than me. I have more P in
I don't even know who that is, so I'm all right. You're still original.
Oh, I'm still a pisser? I'm doing a comedy show. All right, Lizzy Spit, not the other one, is going to sing now.
Yeah.
I promise I won't interrupt you.
This is home, and yes, like I said, it's dedicated to you. It's been a long time, it's been a long while, but you're finally going home. Such a long time, 9 years or so, but you're finally going home. And the only map you need is the one on the back of your hand, sliding on the familiar breeze. The ocean is your land. I wonder if you're nervous, I can see you always thinking. You wonder if you'll make it on your own. A little bit of worry and some big, big dreams. You wonder if you'll make it back home. And the only map you need is the one on the back of your hand, sliding on the familiar breeze. The ocean is your land. And it can't be, and no, this time it's more than your life. On the line you're swimming faster than you've ever done. It can't be, and no, this time it's more than your life. On the line you'll ride the waves, chase the biggest one. And the only map you need is the one on the back of your hand, sliding on the familiar breeze. The ocean is your land. It's been a rough ride, a never-ending story. You wondered if you'd make it on your own. It's been forever, and you thought you never thought you'd make it back home. And the only map you need is the one on the back of your hand, sliding on the familiar breeze. The ocean is your land. And it can't be, you know, this time it's more than your life. On the line you're swimming faster than you ever done. It can't be, you know, this time it's more than your life. On the line you'll ride the waves, chase the biggest one. The only map you need is the one on the back of your hand, sliding on the familiar breeze. The ocean is your land.
Yeah, Lizzy Spit. That was excellent. Thank you.
Lighter.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the light is great. I mean, I've used it before. I've used different ones. I put the ace on there. But
Seriously cool.
Yeah.
I felt we were there. I felt we were in the zone.
Yeah, we were in the zone. It's just me and you. I mean, people watching are probably like, it's almost like, you know, oh, the two of them, what are they doing? It's like, well,
yeah, why is she singing to him? Like,
or
what?
why? Yeah, or the other way, like, why is
why
he
is he dancing?
Oh, no. Well, I danced a little bit. No, I think that song is catchy. Try to dance. I was multitasking because, you know, I was trying to let people know what's the deal and dancing and listening and doing it all. But that was a really great song, and the fact that it's 8 something in the morning and that you could sing. And did you So do you do the coffee, the tea? Do you get a lot of sleep or
Tea.
tea?
I'm a tea addict, probably because I'm English, but also because I don't know if I should admit this, but my mum used to feed it to me in a bottle. So
You're gonna make me do a spit take, Lizzy Spit.
so I'm wired permanently on tea. I love it. Every time anything goes wrong,
Wait,
have a cup
but
of tea.
did your mom feed you like tea, like caffeinated tea though? In a
Yeah.
bottle? So you never slept as a baby then because you were always...
Probably not.
Wow.
I think it explains a few things these days. You know, like the fact that I'm always going, I need tea. But
No, that's, yeah. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I mean, tea's pretty bad. I mean, if she gave you chamomile tea, maybe you would have passed out, but...
Oh no, it wasn't that bad, I don't think.
Yeah.
She'll kill me. She's not on Google Plus. It doesn't matter. So I can
She
tell
won't
everything about
kill
my mum.
you. Oh yes, let's. So was she a good mom? Did she? What was she playing in the house when you grew up? Was she into music?
Yes, I absolutely love classic rock, and it's basically because of my parents. They just, you know, things like the Eagles, Led Zeppelin, Queen. Queen was a big one in our house. Just, yeah, all the music from their days, sort of thing.
From their days.
Oh, I love it. It's my favourite type of genre. Anything that's... We used to sit up and watch VH1 classic rock when I was in my teens, and I'd get back from a night out of underage...
When they played music, yeah.
VH1
and MTV, yeah.
And my mum would be waiting for me and would sit there and would watch VH1 classic rock videos until about 4 in the morning.
Wow.
And she would tell me the story or how she saw it behind each artist. So I learned a lot about the dead rock stars of the world. I learned a lot about
Mama Cass.
Yeah. So, no, she's very into music. But then she had her like dodgy moments. Like she tried to get me into Cliff Richard.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you guys ever got something called the Millennium Prayer out there, which was Cliff Richard's song version of the Lord's Prayer, and he put it to Auld Lang Syne, and it went to #1 in the UK.
Wow.
Honestly, I know it's as bad as it sounds.
What?
But
So what did you what was your did you have a favorite classic rock? Did she have a favorite classic rock? Were they different? Like what the singer or band?
Well, my favorite are the Doors. Like beyond belief, just obsessed with them. And in my teens, everyone else had posters of the Backstreet Boys and whatever, and I had.
Oh, I just threw up. Is it because people are strange? Is that why?
Yes, it is exactly because people are strange.
Okay.
No, it's just, for me, it's the songs that they write. Even now, you can hear so many influences of them in so many bands. There isn't. It obviously sounds like it's from that time, but it could also be from today almost.
I think it depends on the song. Yeah, I think it depends on some of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But my mum was like, I think she would. Oh God, she's status quo. Everybody. She has hundreds of favourites, but mine are the Doors, closely followed by the Eagles.
Closely followed by the Eagles. Cool. I got a message from some surprise guest that seems to want to come in a little bit.
Oh, surprise!
Surprise. But we'll see. I'm working on it. Always working. So yeah, no, I love the classic rock too. And so were you did you do Beatles too, or not so much Beatles? Yeah.
The Beatles were more of a given though, you know, like in England you just are expected to know who the Beatles are, you're expected to listen to them, and your parents are expected to make you listen to them, you know.
You have like a quiz. There's like science and gym and then Beatles, and then they're like, oh, I failed Beatles today, and then you get disowned, right? It's terrible.
Yeah,
Did you have a favorite Beatle?
We even had things in our music GCSE, which I guess I don't know what the GCSEs would be in America, like not
General.
Like end of year exams.
Okay.
Kind of,
they put questions about the Beatles in your exam?
Yeah, in our music exam we had to listen. I remember it clear as day. We had to listen to Hey Jude. We had to write out the patterns. We had to explain how we felt. It was awesome. It was the best music exam I've ever had.
You gave me examples of questions. Did you have a favorite Beatle? Do you have a favorite Beatle? Was it Paul? John?
I don't have a favorite, because
it's hard.
It's difficult. It's difficult to choose. But I went to LA on my travels back in February. I was there. I accidentally stumbled on Paul McCartney getting his Hollywood star. We were just there at the right time.
Wow.
And Neil Young was there, like presenting it. It was amazing.
Did your mouth hit the floor?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, look, we have to get them. fighting through everybody. The Michael Jackson tribute act had turned up, you know, the one who's had all the surgery and is everywhere. He was there, and I was like,
I didn't know. I actually didn't know about that guy. There's like a Michael Jackson clone?
He's famous. How do you know?
Okay.
He's basically the guy.
I didn't know there was one. I thought there was like a million. I didn't know there was one.
Well, there are, but this one, he's had all the surgery done as well.
The exact same way?
Exact same way, and he turns up to all these events in the outfit that Michael Jackson wore for, you know, the red like jacket. Military outfit from History.
Yeah.
Wearing that, and he was just standing there, and everyone was like, "It's a big day. Michael Jackson's come back to actually congratulate Paul McCartney." Do
they address him, Paul, and all those people, or not really?
Did they have a what? Sorry.
Did they was he part of the thing, or he was just on the side?
There were lots of speeches and lots of stuff, and the audience were going wild, like chanting for Paul. Right. And we all thought he was going to come out and do a song, but he came out and eventually did a speech, just a sort of. It's amazing how people go crazy for the guy. Like, it's literally unbelievable. Yeah. You just think, how is one man getting this whole crowd to be? I mean, there were people lifting up their T-shirts. I'm like, he's about 70 now, isn't he? Like, why are you still lifting it?
Well, wait, we're 70-year-olds doing it? No, just kidding. You know, I think it's just because it's like you've seen him grow up, you've seen so much of him, so they think of him as the whole thing. And I wonder, I mean, I'm sure he misses his friends, but I'm sure he's enjoying, even though Ringo's still around, I'm sure he's enjoying the spotlight for a while. Although he did do Wing, and he did have his own solo career more. Maybe he might have been the most successful, him and John a little bit. But
that's the thing, and he was actually really, really humble when he did his speech, and that's what I really like about. I've seen a couple of artists. They're so humble that when they're on the stage talking or singing, even they could be talking to just you, and I think that's a huge sign of when somebody is like that big and they're still able to, you know,
focus
come back to the normal level, sort of thing. And I was so glad I was there. I really, really was. You
know, Bill Clinton and George Clooney both have that kind of talent too. I've met Bill Clinton. You're like the only one when he's talking to you. And I've also heard with Clooney that he just puts you like right, even when he shakes your hand, even though he has like 2 seconds in that moment, gives you that. They give you that moment. Yeah.
I think that's really important because it makes you get near them.
What? Go ahead. Oh, sing better than them? Is that what you said? I didn't hear you say.
Yes, I did. No.
Okay, sing better than them, of course. Everyone does Beatles Rock Band. They're like, don't I sound better than Paul?
That's the benchmark. That is the benchmark. Do I sound better than Paul?
Do I sound better? Yeah. But yeah, I got to see them play where the Mets play Citi Field. I got to see Paul play a concert, which was cool. And I actually got to see Billy Joel play in the old Met Stadium when they closed it down, and there was like supposed to be one concert, but they did two because the one we were at, because they sold so many tickets, and I thought maybe Paul McCartney would come on. We had a lot of great guest stars, but he came on the next night. I was there, but it was still great. I think there were a lot of great people. It escapes me who was there, but still. But Paul is great, and you know, you think about all the songs. You know, you being a singer, you know, you're obviously not yet where Paul is, and you're younger, and so you've written a bunch of songs, and you've sung probably a lot of them over and over and over again, and I'm sure you still love them. They're your songs, but you know, I have to wonder, like, when he sings a song like that, do you think it's more about the fact that he's been playing, that everyone gets such enjoyment out of it, that's really, because I would think that's really with it maybe what keeps him, like, maybe he still loves the songs, maybe, I guess it's possible. Do you think he still loves all the songs?
It's more about the enjoyment, I think. Like, obviously I don't know the guy, but
you hear all
these. No, unfortunately. You see all these bands.
I wanted to have him on my show.
They refuse to like play the songs that made them. You know, like they won't play that one song that everybody wants to hear because they've played it so many times and whatever. And I'm like, you're there doing this because these people put you there. Like Paul McCartney, if he can still sit there and sing Hey Jude and get a whole like thousands of people singing it along, and inside he might be going, I hate Hey Jude. I really hate Hey Jude. But
I don't think he hates it though. Although, I don't know if he hates it. And I saw there was some tribute, I forget recently, right, where they had everyone sing Beatles songs, and he was just mouthing along with all the. I forgot what it was. I think
was that the Jubilee concert? The big.
No, because I don't. Yeah, no one covered. I saw that some of it. No one covered him, but there was something with tribute. maybe it was a Kennedy Center where they did. Oh, Kennedy Center, where there was like Springsteen and a bunch of people were doing songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Like Springsteen and different people, and then they did Let It Be at the end. Springsteen too,
really
yeah. Yeah, no, Bruce Springsteen's great. I've seen him a few times. But so, yeah, so
yeah, I think that he's just doing it because I think he does it for the fans, Paul McCartney. But at the same time, I just think if he turned around and said, "I'm not singing Hey Jude anymore," like it would just be ridiculous. Oh, you finished your tea almost.
No, I've got some green. It's green tea. There you go.
Oh, green tea.
Green tea. Rebecca Woodhead in England is watching, and Ashlyn Nathan, she's in Australia. So I've covered both your countries with my audience.
Oh,
tonight,
excellent. Hi, everybody.
They're enjoying it. They're enjoying what's going on. That Rebecca has the tea in the bottle, and Rebecca was one of the first people I've hung out with. So anniversary plus anniversary. It was me and her, and then Chi-Chi who came and said, "Hi, I created Hangouts," and we were like, "Okay, sure you did." And then we were like, "Oh, I guess you really did," you know. So because it's like you don't expect to come on a social network, go use their product, and then have a Google. I don't think anyone expected Googlers to be lingering about. I mean, I think we knew Googlers would have accounts, like I guess Facebook and Twitter people have accounts, but you know, we didn't realize they would be so involved.
There's a lot of Googlers, aren't there?
Yeah.
On Google. It's how they talk to each other, I think.
Yeah.
You know, in their office.
Yeah, and they were using it beforehand too, before we even got it. So, Rebecca says it's 2 a.m. in England, so she's got to be up early. Big cool interview. Thanks, Rebecca.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
And we're also on YouTube. Yeah, we're so late for her. Yeah, I'm trying to refresh some comments. But so when did you start? When did you pick up a guitar and start singing? How old were you? And you said you talked about voice lessons.
Yeah. So before I was age 11, and this is the honest to God truth, I could not sing a note in tune. My parents would say, "Look, Lizzie, you've got to be good at something, but it's not music. So please, just stop it." So I was desperate to sing. I was terrible. I was like, anyway, I went to see Evita, the movie with Madonna.
Right. And Antonio Banderas. Yeah.
Watched this in awe, and I came out singing "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" in tune.
Right.
And I wouldn't stop singing it, and my mum was like, "Oh my God, what's happened to you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I can just sing." So she marches me.
Mommy, it's a miracle.
I know. I was touched by Madonna. So
you're gonna show me where? Okay.
No, I'll do that when we go offline. So
although you would let Madonna anyway. Okay. So your mom
she touched me. My mum took me down to the lady in the village who was the singing teacher, and she made me sing for her, and she basically went, "Nope, no, this won't do," because it was a voice that was so untrained. It was just shouting. So I then had 8 years of classical lessons. I was an opera singer.
Right, I was going to say, they trained you to be an opera singer. I had some of that in college and music theater and things like that. And you had a really big vibrato. And
it was great. It taught me so much. And she was really strict and, you know, she taught me well, sort of thing. But I always knew I had another voice. And my dad, who's like, my dad's more of the rebel, I would say. And he was like, "Hey, do you want, I've got a guitar for you." And I'm like, oh, okay. So I started going behind my singing teacher's back and playing the guitar and writing really bad songs. But it started to develop this other thing away from my classical music. So my first song I did when I was about 17. It was terrible. And that's really when my sort of guitar and songwriting started.
When you say terrible, would you even dare to play like? Well, can you play like the first 2 lines or? Okay,
let me just try and remember it.
Just think of it as comedy gold. What was the name of the song? Do you remember?
I remember it was called "Lead Me Far Away,"
which is what the song would do when you listen to it, right?
And it was about my friend, who's still one of my really good friends, a guy called Luke, who I was infatuated with, obviously, that particular week.
And his force.
Oh my God, I can't remember it. I honestly can't remember.
Did it have to do with him being a Jedi, or?
No, okay. But I remember saying, the chorus goes, "Take me by the hand and lead me far away."
I feel like we're doing like that. That was almost American Idol like audition.
I can't tell you. I just hope it never comes out.
No, you know, because you were just trying to sing it, but it's like, you know, like, and you're awesome, but you know, like, I don't know if you've seen American Idol, but they like sit there and like when someone's like they just kind of like are being nice. Anyway, I'm so mean. I'm not being mean.
Chorus. Oh no, there's a brilliant line that goes, would you slip into my arms or something? I'm like, what 17-year-old boy is going to want to slip into someone's arms, you know? It just doesn't happen like that, so...
I don't think I mean, I don't think any man is going to say, I want to slip into your arms, that line. I don't think anyone man will use the word slip. They might say, I'd like to embrace you, I'd like to, I don't know, slip. Slip sounds like...
The worst thing is, I performed it live, and you know what I used to do? I was not cool at school, but I used to take my guitar in, and I would sit there and play, and I would make people listen to me. And they would have to go, yeah.
Wait, you're kind of tall, right? Did you threaten them with like physical violence to listen to you, or like what? You're kind of tall, or am I making that up?
I managed it actually, because at school, like before I got to college, I was really like, I was badly picked on. I was not in the cool crowd, and then when I got to college, I got slightly better, and people began to see that I wasn't a massive idiot or geek, and that's when I started taking advantage. I was like, ha, right, they want to talk to me, so what am I going to do? Bring my guitar. So
that worked. Yeah, they're like, oh, a guitar, and then you were like, can you play Led Zeppelin? Can you play Nirvana? Can you play Pearl Jam? Can you play R.E.M.?
I know.
You play?
It's how I used to get near the boys. It sounds so shallow, but there was this guy in school called Matt, and he was an amazing guitarist. Amazing name. Amazing guitarist. And I would play my song, and I was like, oh, do you want to go? He's like, oh, okay, and I'll be, can you play Led Zeppelin? Can you play Stairway to Heaven? Can you play it? Can you play it
you
now?
were doing
and
that.
I'd sit there
and he was
make him play it.
Did you ever go out? Did you date him, or?
No, it never quite got that far because I moved on.
You moved on. You're like, all right, there's only so many times I could hear him play.
Who's the next person I can write a song
Who's
about?
next? Who else can I write a? I mean, you haven't written your big Google Plus song yet, right? Not totally. I don't know if you will. Or not? You did.
Sorry.
Oh, you didn't. You haven't written your Google Plus, a song for Google Plus.
No, I've written my Hangout song, but I haven't written my Google Plus song yet. So maybe I could do a Google Plus one. Hangout, the song I wrote was I basically put out a post to everybody saying, oh, you know, what do you guys like about Hangouts? And I had some amazing responses back, and you know, I just thought people would be like, oh yeah, it's just fun. But I actually got some people saying, oh, you know, it gives me a way to talk to people I wouldn't normally talk to. I suffer from, you know, really bad depression, and being able to meet people across the world through just sitting in my house, it really helps me. And these like responses I wasn't prepared for, so it gave me some really cool inspiration. And I wrote a song called Hangout, and it was, people really liked it. So
is that a song you want to play right now? Or not
I
really?
can play that now, yeah, of course I can.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. This is called Hangout, everybody.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing I wanna do more than hang out here with you. It doesn't matter what we say or what we talk about. You can tell me about your day or your family history and all the things in life that get you down. I can tell you about my week and about the people that I meet and all the things in life I'm thankful for. All I want to do is spend some time with you, and all I want to say, is everything to you this way. Ooh. Well, I've had a really shit day, but if I listen listen to what you say. Then all of a sudden things just seem much better. You can tell me how you feel, how you need your time to heal, and how things just seem much better when you say them out loud. You can tell me about your dreams, I'll say nothing is what it seems. How life has a funny way of turning around. And all I want to do is spend some time with you. And all I want to say, yeah, is everything, everything to you this way. Ooh, all I want to do is spend my time with you. All I want to say, yeah, is everything, everything to you this way.
Yeah, Hangout. So, you know,
Hangout.
Lizzy, you were talking to me, you know, for those of you who don't know, Lizzy was saying she's really, you know, I don't have a sense of humor. My sense of humor needs work. And I was like, you know, Lizzy, I don't know what to say. I mean, come on, if you want to. I mean, do I need to, like, help you out? I mean, I don't really know. So, you know, it's like I tried to help Lizzy. I mean, that was a great song. She's pretty talented. She doesn't need my help, you know. And,
But I'm not very funny.
But you are funny. I mean, like, don't you have a funny song or, like any lyrics anywhere? Like, is there anything, like, that you can try to be funny? I mean, I
could try something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, give it a go. I think you should just give it a go.
Well, you know, I try and sort of think about what people might think and,
Yeah.
you know, maybe write from their point of view, so...
Yeah, you should write from the heart of others.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, let me just see what I can...
If you can, like, just think really hard of something really funny or not funny, I mean, I'll be the judge, so. This is Lizzy Spit. She's going to just play something for you off the top of her head.
Lizzy Spit, she got no jokes, not even for the handsome blokes. No, Lizzy Spit just ain't that funny. She's not even a teeny bit punny. Where's her sense of humor? Where can it be? Oh, where is her hilarity? She must have lost it back in 2003. When Matty was just 25, he was doing his stand-up routine live. It was live, don't you know?
Yeah.
And me, I was back in the green, green meadows, prancing around in the fields. I was being really poetic.
Nice.
I was picking some daffodils.
Yeah.
Things were just different then. Oh, where's her sense of humor? That Lizzy, who swallow, has a spit surname, but people think it's swallow.
Whoa.
Well, I'll take a chuckle anyway. I'm glad it didn't suckle.
Yeah, you're
so
funny.
It's hard to keep track of third-person narratives. Can I get a hand, please? I need a hand, please. Reach out and save me from this calamity.
Calamity.
Whoa, I really need a hand now, Matthew.
Manatee.
I drink a lot of tea, it makes me go to pee.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a calamity I'm watching. This train wreck you're watching. You're watching it for free.
See, you're funny.
Yeah, I may have had some help. I may have had some help.
You had no help from anybody.
I could continue on, but so that's just something somebody may have thrown together.
That's so. Was that embarrassing to sing that, or off the top of your head, or?
I just went with it, you know.
I think you did an amazing job. I mean, the lyricist is a little wacky, so I mean, the lyricist in your head, not me or anything. But no, that was really cool. I might have sent you some suggestions, maybe. Yeah. I think I just sent you the word P, and then that was about it.
It was actually brilliant. Your suggestions, like, I sent you a message saying, oh, can I plan anything? And all of a sudden, it's like inspiration from every angle. Yes, actually.
I was like, here you go. Bye-bye. Well, thanks. But as we're doing this show, things happen, and you're like, I always feel like the beginning, it's like sometimes, I always love Saturday Night Live. I always loved a lot of shows like that, and even with movies and everything, I like that kind of opening before any credits or before anything, and I kind of like that at the end. I like the two bookmarks. I guess maybe I'll make a movie without that, and I'll probably be like, no, why did I not do that? But I like these little things, these little surprises. It's cool. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It keeps things interesting, really. Like, no one wants to go to the movies and know what to expect.
Yeah.
I love the cinema. It's what I do to go and sit there and take 2 hours out and escape completely. And watching a film that you know exactly everything that's going to happen before you've even seen it just sort of makes you feel a little bit like you've been cheated. So yeah, that's the whole. Life is full of surprises, as should the movies be. Hey, maybe that'll be my next song.
Oh yeah, well, that'd be really cool. Your next song or album about inspired by movies. That'd be cool.
That moment that things take a turn.
Yeah, that moment, the climax, so there was, you figured me out! There might have been a line 6 afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9, but the truth of the matter is I bring the +1, the +2, the +3, and it's all fine. Come on, that's even divine. Thank you for hearing me out for my comedy.
That would be brilliant, like a rap interlude. We could record that song, and you could come over and do this massive MC Hammer style rap. We could even do a dance routine.
Yeah, as long as I'm not choreographing, because I'll do the crazy, nerdy, weirdy, freaky.
Definitely.
I'll just break out into Woody Allen, that was a terrible Woody Allen. I don't have glasses. Wow. So let's do a G4 real quick. That's a this or that type of question, and so. We may or may not have a surprise guest coming up. You'll have to, all you watching are like, who could it be now? So G4, this or that kind of question, no wrong answers. For you, Lizzy Spit, it's like Coke or Pepsi, which one do you like better? Singing, writing songs, or blogging? If you had to choose just one.
Ooh, okay. Singing. No, writing songs. Writing songs.
It's close, though. Perth, Melbourne, or Sydney?
Ooh, I have been to all three. Sydney.
Okay.
I love Perth, but I love Sydney.
So you'd want to live in Sydney, or?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah. And real quickly for everyone watching, what is the real difference between Sydney and Melbourne? Is there one big difference?
A beach. Bondi Beach would be the big difference.
Okay. And you do blog. Do you use Blogspot or WordPress or something else?
I WordPress.
You do that. Okay. And Hangout concert on air or live concert in front of people, or both? Or you're like, I don't want to choose both.
They're both really different, and they're both brilliant, so both, if I'm allowed.
Brilliant. You're allowed to do both. It's not a Sophie's choice. I think we have a black box here. If it's he or she or a thing. Oh my God, who is that?
Yes.
Oh my God, his teeth are so white. It's Mr. Ryan Van Sickle. What are you doing on Hangout Conversations? How did you get in here?
I don't know. I was just hanging around, and I saw an invitation come up on my screen.
That's how it happens. Have you met Lizzy and Ryan? Have you met you know each other, or there's
No, this is the first time we've actually met, so it's a pleasure
Hi,
to
Ryan.
meet.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You do have white teeth.
He does. White teeth. Teeth as white as snow.
It's the light. It's the camera light. I really have quite awfully yellow teeth.
I see Ryan's got his guitar. You want to hear Ryan play one?
Yeah.
No, I was actually just tinkering around. You don't want to hear me.
Aw, let's hear what you're tinkering around with. Yeah.
Well, is my internet working? I'm kind of in an area where it's not working.
Are you in Canada?
No.
All right.
Canada.
All right, then you're okay.
Well, I heard in the conversation that "slip into my arms" is not a very good lyric.
And you're trying to prove that it is? Is that?
And I will prove you. I will try to prove you wrong with that.
All right. This is gonna be awesome. Ryan Van Sickle, prove us wrong.
All right.
Remember this
Totally improvised. Let's see.
Bring it on.
Let's see. Would you slip into my arms? Baby, slip into my arms. 'Cause I've been waiting here all night long for you to slip into my arms.
A hit song, everybody. Ryan Van Sickle.
Okay.
Well,
Look, take it back.
Lizzy's taking it back.
You can have one of these.
Here's a heart. Aww. A paper heart. Oh, you should call it Paper Heart. That's the name of the song, Paper Heart, and it's slipping. That's no good. Okay.
We could
Yeah,
write one.
now Matt's gonna say, "Hey, I own the rights to that song."
What? No, I don't know. You guys should do a duet, or you both. Why don't you both do it? You both come up with your own version.
Ryan could make the song, and then you could come over and do the big rap interlude that we so desperately need.
When I slip into my arms.
Oh no, Ryan, that sounded amazing.
Are you still off coffee, Matt?
Yeah, I'm on green tea. This is all natural. I'm like, my brain's like ready to go to sleep, but everything else is working. So cool. So Ryan, it's great to have you here. And Katie, I was trying to get Katie 78 to come in here, but she must be busy. But yeah, so happy anniversary, Google Plus, and you guys. So real quick, Ryan, if you don't, so you've been here a while too. 1 year of Google Plus. One or two things that you want to just pop out about, like your whole year here and experiences.
Well, it's just been a kind of a very interesting and magical year in the sense that I just put up a post. Happy birthday Google Plus, about how am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Oh,
you just got louder. That's okay.
Yeah. How it's just opened a whole new world to all of us, and especially to musicians, where we can just sit down and play to people all around the world with a click of a button, and we can win instant fans, that way. And so it's it's been interesting trying to play Hangout concerts and keep the intimacy of an acoustic show in a Hangout concert, and it's very difficult to do as opposed to actual live setting. But it's just been a great experience, and I think it's just a whole new way to be able to spread music. And not just music, but all kinds of gifts and artistic abilities, especially you, Matt Rappaport.
Spreading the Rappaport. The Rap alone! You can't get this anywhere else!
So
that's probably why I can't feel my voice, because I do that kind of stuff. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely
it allows artists to spread their work instantly. So
spread their wings and fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Lizzy?
With her paper heart.
You don't like that title. It's too cheesy. All right, Lizzy. Sorry, you were saying before Ryan used my title.
Saying, following on from Ryan, what I found is that people actually want to hear your music, and you know, you're not just posting stuff out into a black hole. People are actually telling you what they like about it. You know, sometimes they'll tell you what they don't like, and even if you don't like what they have to say, the fact that they're still taking the time to say, hey, I listened to your song and it would sound amazing if you added this, or this wasn't in there, sort of thing. Just getting that kind of feedback from
everybody's a musician or a rock star. I'm always like, you know, everyone's like, oh, I know what to do. Of course I know what to do. What?
Everyone's a rock star on the inside.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. And you know what I find amazing is that you see all these street musicians and everyone's busy with life and their phones, and they're like, a lot of times they just go past the street musician or they don't stop to listen. Yet if that street musician was here on the internet, they'd be like, oh, I can't wait to go watch that person, right? Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
A little bit?
I saw a busker the other day, and I overheard her having a conversation.
What did you call her, a busker?
Oh, a busker, yeah.
So what you call a street musician?
Yeah, yeah, okay, same thing.
Maybe that's, well,
I call them buskers.
I want to call them buskers too.
Call them a busker.
Okay. Buskers.
That's
Bloody filthy buskers.
And I saw her, and she was playing, and then I was sort of eavesdropping, and she was speaking to this guy, and she's like, oh, yeah, I used to, whether it was true or not, I don't know, but she was saying that she got quite far in the music industry, and then she got really disillusioned with it, and now she just would rather sit outside and play her music if people want to listen. And I wanted to go up to her and say, go on Google+. But
why didn't you go up to her? Oh, I did that with a street guy once, and he was, I don't think he's on here. If he is, yeah, that you should do that. Every time you see someone, just do it. Just be like, hey, you're probably on Facebook and Twitter, but you know Google+ or Hangouts. You can be in front of a lot of people. Oh, all right, I'll check it out. But most people don't. You know, they don't know. You know, but
they will know.
They will. They will know.
I've just convinced my second best friend to get on here. I've got 2 best friends of mine on Google+ now. So I'm really excited because it's like, yes, people that I know that don't, you know, because everyone's like, what's Google+? What's Google+? I'm like, get on it. You'll find out. You'll
give it a go. So what about, so you're doing this concert with Katie Sevigny on air. This is your first official Hangout on Air concert, or?
No, I've done all my ones I've done so far have been on air.
Right.
But this is my first official, like, you know, one with a poster and other musicians and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it, actually. I really
how did you meet Katie? Because Ryan has Ryan, we've all met Katie. How did you just at Hangouts?
I think I saw somebody's post on her, and I think it could have been Artists in the Plus, and I went and had a look, and I really liked her song, and then she just happened to comment, I think, I must have circled her or something. I just found her. I couldn't tell you how, but then we got talking, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing with her, but really looking forward to hearing her as well, because I've missed her Hangouts because of our time difference. I've not managed to.
She was on, yeah, she was singing on my show a little bit, so.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay.
So, yeah, exciting.
And what about you, Ryan? How did you meet Katie? Same way, or?
I actually came across her just on a post, someone, you know, in my stream, and I can't remember the post exactly. It was a video of her, and I clicked on it, and I was like, wow. And then, you know, to find out she's Canadian, you know, on top of that.
That's all you need. All you need is Canadian. That's actually, we were talking about the Beatles song. Yeah. That's all you need. And Lizzy was talking about her love for the Beatles and Springsteen, so you can love both.
You can, definitely.
For sure.
It's been a
oh my God! I'm like, so that's probably why I don't have a voice, because I'm so trained to like cut off the.
Because tramps like us.
Ryan Van Sickle wants me to never be on Google+ ever again. What? And when he says tramps like us, the next lyric was because I slip into your arms, baby.
We're going to have to do something with that lyric. We're going to have to make a song.
We're gonna have to. Maybe you should call the song "Slip." Is that a better name than Paper Heart? Just Slip. There you go.
I've still got my little paper heart, so we'll get that in as well.
That's 2 songs. Oh, you can add a lyric, right? Add a lyric like, "I made you a paper heart, and all you did was fart." I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Exactly. Do you know what? I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if you've got that there, but as Matt started singing that, that's exactly the right line. That's just
that is what people would say. Oh my God! But wouldn't you rather them say "Oh my God" than like, eh? I mean, let's be honest. No, you rather them say "eh"? Okay. It's like, eh. I'm messing with you guys. You guys are great. So, your thoughts on air in general? Like, have you guys watched? I mean, Ryan's done a crazy amount. You've done a few, too. And so I know when Lizzy, when you started the Hangouts on air, you were doing before the official, and we did the live stream. So now, what have you noticed differences? Like, or do you feel like people are more interested in Hangouts on air now that there's like a page for it and more going on? Or?
I just find that whenever I do a Hangout, I like I was saying to you before we went on air, I kind of wish I had 4 screens and 12 arms, because so many people are commenting and I'm like, oh God, I just want to be able to write back to you as well. And so I try and keep an eye on everything, but it just seems to be a really great way of just getting people involved as well. And the fact that they can again talk to you and sort of give you feedback or just say what they feel is a whole new level of sort of interaction with. I think it's making me a better songwriter and a better artist, because you actually are performing to people who can then straight afterwards say, oh yeah, great, or whatever, especially in Hangouts. Whereas live gigs, you do get it, but I'm just getting a message saying, am I still there? Yes, I am, Google.
You're still here. Okay, good. Don't go anywhere just yet.
No, I'm not going. So yeah, I just think it's just, I don't know what they can do to keep making it better. They'll probably come up with something amazing, like you can jump through your computer and be in the room or something. But
yeah, that would be crazy. Maybe the self-driving car can pick us up and take us anywhere we want to go. Of course, you have to pay for the gas, probably. Hey, why don't you want to do another one? You want to do one of your own?
Me?
Lizzy? Yeah, you. Yeah.
Yes.
You. Okay. Ryan don't mind, right? Ryan can sit there and just hang out. Brian has to jump. Cool. Okay,
yeah, I will do a song called, this is A Year Still Waiting, and it's one of my most recent, I wrote it about 3 weeks ago, I guess, posted it on Google Plus, and yeah, people seem to like it, and I really want to record this, so there's going to be a new version coming out soon, because I just have a dodgy version on my SoundCloud at the moment recorded at home, which I can't get rid of the USB microphone hiss, so...
When you say dodgy, I love that word, and I think that and this might sound crazy, but I think a funny song, and maybe all the British people and the Australians will hate you, but in America, if you sing a song using every single British vernacular, like dodgy, just use it all in a song, even like a friendly, fun song. I'm telling you, everyone would be like, "That's hilarious," and then all the British.
Is dodgy an English word then? You guys don't use dodgy?
I mean, not really. I mean, you guys use all that stuff, loo and dodgy, and I mean, we know it, but we don't use it or something. If you just added, you just made it very British-like, and then made fun of Mary Poppins. Here's where Ryan's like, Matt, that's not it. That's not classy. Come on.
I got told off the other day for saying to the taxi driver, "Can I go to the cash point?" And he goes, "The cash point?" I said, "Yeah, the cash point." He said, "Do you not mean the ATM?" I was like, yeah, but can't I just call it a cash point?" And he was really annoyed. He was like, "It's the ATM." I was like, "Oh."
Well,
okay.
ATM, let's be honest, ATM is 3 letters. He doesn't want people to have to say cash point. That's a long, really long word.
No, it's not. It's a cash point.
I'm kidding. I'm just
okay.
So I'm saying
I
it's
will
longer than
accept
ATM.
your challenge. I will write a song filled with British stuff.
And Australian, I mean Mickey Mouse or whatever else you say down there. I don't know, good day.
But I can't really claim too much of Australia, because I am literally just an English person in Australia, and then I might look like that I'm mocking the Australian people, which I'm not. So maybe I'll just mock my own race.
It's more acceptable to mock the British anyway, right?
Yeah, we're historically connected.
That makes sense. All right.
Okay.
That was great. Here we go. Lizzy Spit.
has passed since I saw you last, and I don't know where you are now. It's been so long and it feels so wrong, 'cause I don't know where you are. Ooh, isn't it a crying shame? Ooh, which one of us takes the blame? A year has passed since I saw your face and you held my hand in the night. It's been so long I've been holding strong for you to take my hand in the night. Ooh, isn't it a crying shame? Ooh, which one of us takes the blame? I'll always remember you for your black and broken heart. It kept mine always beating. Some might say just a little bit too fast. Some might say just a little bit too fast. A year has passed since I saw your face. I held your hand in the night. It's been so long since I felt your love. The only thing I feel are your lies. Ooh, isn't it a crying shame? Ooh, which one of us takes the blame? I'll always remember you for your black and broken heart. It kept mine always beating. Some might say just a little bit too fast. Some might say just a little bit too fast. Some might say just a little bit too fast.
All right, Lizzy Spit, that was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lizzy Spit, everybody. So what was your little bit of hair in your mouth? Is what you said? That.
Yeah.
That happens. Do you like the pony? Like a lot of what are the musicians, the female musicians, and the long hair, the ponytail? Is that the new thing? Or Ryan had some long hair for a while, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I had very long hair.
Did you ever do the ponytail while you were singing, or no?
No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't ponytail long.
All right. Did you ever do that, Lizzy? I didn't get to see a picture, so I didn't.
I usually wear my hair down. I have my hair quite short at the moment, but back in the day I had really, really long hair, and I had to do a gig, like a festival thing outside, and I was in the middle of this really intense song, and all of a sudden this gust of wind blew, and my hair just went, and I took a breath, and my hair, I like sucked it in, and I was like, on the microphone. And I had to start my song again. It was so
see, and that would be me. If it was me, that'd be inspiration to write a song called Hairball. So there you go.
It was so embarrassing.
Everything is a song, right? So
yeah.
He's like, Ryan disagrees on this. He's like, no, sometimes it's not a song. But for me, it's like if you had that tragic experience of the Hairball and the mouth, 3 songs where you're trying to sing 3 songs. I mean, how funny is a song about you having a hairball while trying to perform and what was going on inside your head? You sing those as lyrics. That's an awesome song.
Well, another thing, there is a bit that I can add to the story that I wasn't going to tell, but this is true. While the hair incident was happening, my friend was sort of at the back going to me, you know, and like, I was like, what's she doing? She's like, she was pointing at something, but ever the professional, I was still, you know, coughing my way through the song. And I eventually got off stage, and I was like, what were you doing? She goes, Elizabeth, your boob was out.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to guess. The whole time?
And I thought, oh God, that group of boys there were really into it. They were really into my sweat. And then I realized it's because
so how many of them came up to you afterwards? Any of them?
No, I just ran. I escaped because it was too mortifying.
But she did the cut sign. She didn't do the, like, Like, cover yourself.
No, I know, but she kept sort of pointing down, and I was sort of looking forward, like thinking,
Oh.
I don't know, is my skirt blown up? But no, my top had
You were
blown up.
half on, right? Well, that's kind of funny. So
That was not one
you
of my
have to
best
have those experiences, because then after that, what's the worst that could happen, right? After that.
Oh God, everything that happens has happened. So
Did the power ever
everything else.
did the power ever die? Like the mic shut off, or the guitar, or the amp, or anything that ever happened in the middle of the song?
I've had my guitar fall off me, where I've forgotten to, well, I haven't quite put the strap on properly, and I'm halfway through the song, and all of a sudden it just goes ping,
and you're like singing, and you're playing air guitar, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I know, I have to stop then. I have to actually say, oh, I'm just going to pick up my guitar.
Well, I don't think you actually have to say it. I think they see the guitar dropping, and then you just pick it up. No, anyway, just
my guitar exploded on stage once as well.
How does a guitar explode?
Well, okay. So before I'd really been doing too many gigs, I used to just perform with an acoustic guitar that you couldn't plug in, so the sound guys would just have to mic it up. And I had this really big gig coming, so I bought an electroacoustic. But I bought it from a slightly dodgy seller on eBay. So I get the guitar.
There is a song.
I get the guitar and just went straight to the gig. It like literally arrived on the day, and it was a sort of it was this big concert at university, and there wasn't room for sound checks. Like it ran over, so I didn't get a sound check. So they were like, "You're just going to have to go on, plug the guitar in. We'll sort the levels out." Like, okay, auditorium full of like a baying mob of students. I get on thinking that my new guitar's great, plug it in, and it literally goes, blows out the amp, and the thing like starts to, I was like, oh my God, it was mortifying. I bought a rubbish guitar and it exploded in my hand.
How much did you pay for that guitar?
Oh, only £90, which I guess is about, I don't know.
150, 180, something like that.
So yeah, it wasn't a good guitar. It was just, I was a student. I couldn't afford anything, so I bought.
Well, that sounds like your Back to the Future moment. Hey, Ryan might be leaving us.
Yeah.
He is. It was a pleasure having you, Ryan. Thanks for being here.
Oh no, thanks for having me, and Lizzy, it was wonderful meeting you, and I wish you all the best, and keep writing songs, and Hangout is awesome.
Let's write our Slip Into Our Arms song.
What's that?
Let's write the Slip Into My Arms song.
You should,
I got the chorus. I have the chorus. But enjoy your Hangout concerts and play as many as you can.
Oh, I will. And I'll try and catch one of yours next as well. I'll make sure I sort my time difference out and just get up.
And actually, you know what's great? You know, this show, I love this, that you guys just, even if you're goofing off, singing and doing whatever, even if you never use it, it still feels good, and people can see how you work and what you're thinking. It's like an inside process. It's like insight into what goes on, and it's like, most people don't get to see songwriters work, even if you guys aren't like seriously working. It's still kind of cool. I mean, was it liberating to do some of these songs, or to do Slip Into My Arm? I mean, that's what people want to see. They want people. I think people want to watch. If you're out there, I think people would love to watch a bunch of songwriters or a bunch of guitar players together in a hangout, being like, all right, we're going to work on something, and you just make up lyrics, you make up melodies, and you go with it. I think that's kind of cool, no?
I think
so this would be my songwriting hangout, Matt.
This is it. Then he's done. He's over. He's like, then I'm retired from songwriting.
That would be it.
It's over. All right. Ryan Van Sickle, happy PLUSversary. Thanks for everything you've given. In August, I'm going to get you here one way or the other. So.
Well, I told you I'm available. So.
Ryan Van Sickle, and if I had the means, I'd get you here too, Lizzy Spit.
Oh yeah, you never know. I'll keep playing the lottery.
Yeah, we're gonna keep playing the lottery. Maybe you'll be here. You'll fly in. And have you been to New York before? Or?
I have. Yeah, I did.
All right, I'll duck out before you.
Oh, bye, Ryan. It was great to meet you.
All right, guys, take it easy. Bye
bye.
Bye.
Try to take a picture. See you.
Bye.
Oh, he's cool. That's the first time I've met him. So
yeah, he's awesome.
Bright white teeth. Excellent.
Well, when he's got the full light on, it's not as bad.
Yeah, probably has full package. Anyway, enough. So Yes, I went to New York I did a 5-day tour that I set up about 3-4 years ago, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. I played at some really great venues, including the Bitter End in New York, I just loved it there so much.
Oh, I've been there. It's a great place.
Yeah, it's cool. And it was just, I never sort of expected so many people to be really as welcoming as they were. They were really into the music. So yes, I would love, love, love to come back to New York and do some more shows.
Yeah. No, New York is great. Yeah, it's a great town. It's great. It's great to live music. I mean, they love it. I mean, speaking of live music, so what's it like? I don't know if you did a lot of live music in England, but what if you did England and Australia, and what are the crowds like? And I mean, versus New York or each other?
I did a lot of live music in London. There's so many gigs going on there. The more you get on the scene, the more people know about you, and the more you get asked. And it got to the point where it was like I could be really selective about where I wanted to play. So that was brilliant. And it was my hometown, so it was always a good place to play. I've got my first Australian gig or live gig next weekend because I've only just started to get my live performances up, because it is a little bit different over here. You have to, I'm a new person in a new place, so trying to get my foot in the door is like starting over again sort of thing. So I'll be able to tell you what the audience is like after I've done it next week. Hopefully, there'll be,
Nice.
I did do a gig in Perth a couple of years ago when I came here. I played at this festival, and it did go down really well. So hopefully I'll be able to create some of the magic, and yes, I won't get booed off for being a stinking pom, I think they call me.
Oh, is that what they call British people? Pom? Pong? Oh, P-U-M?
P-U-M, P-U-M-M? I don't know, actually.
Oh, Pom.
If Ashland's still watching, he can tell us.
Oh, Ashland, I'm not sure. Ashland, let us know about the vernacular, so I keep using that word. So, cool. It was a pleasure having you. We're not done just yet. I usually invite almost everyone in. I do a new one, but maybe we'll just, keep it solo, just us. Unless, it's up to you. It's your call. You want to have?
I don't mind if people want to come in, because for those of you watching, I actually have to start work at 10 o'clock, which is annoying.
Everyone.
So I'm in my office, so.
And what is it? So what is it? You want to tell people a little bit about what you're doing on? This is like your last day, right?
Yeah, it's my last day here today. Basically, the way I'm just sort of doing part-time work at the moment because I've just come to Australia. I'm getting my permanent visa sorted, and it's quite limiting to the sort of jobs you can do, which is great because it means I can spend so much more time doing what I've always wanted to do, being on the internet and getting my stuff out there. So
that's everybody's dream, yeah.
So back in London, I worked so hard, and it was full-on days, extra hours, working the weekends, and it was just so difficult to even get time to check my messages, and that's why I was barely on Google+. And I'm just it's all sort of like it's working out for the best sort of thing, because I just love this place. I'm gonna get a T-shirt. I love Google+.
Yeah. I have a hoodie somewhere, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, so there's merchandise.
There is stuff, and then I think there's I +1 that, or I plus that, or all that good stuff.
Oh.
Lots of stuff. And there's stickers. I have some stickers, and I have some Schemer Chrome stickers around somewhere. But anyway, I don't know. It's cool. It's addictive. You're totally addicted to it, and then just it really just consumes you, because it's the people. You're like, all right, I want to see what people are saying. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they're into, what they're up to, and what's going to be entertaining, make me laugh. Right now, that other show, Broad Minded's going on, and they're all my friends, and I wish them the best. And why they had to go against me? No, I'm just kidding. It's like
timing.
No, they didn't. No, not like that. Yeah, the two-timers. Yeah.
They're spoiled for choice. They've got lots of things they might want to do,
Yeah.
So,
no, it's interesting, right? So I started this before there was any on air, and then eventually on air came, and a few people had it, and eventually more and more people got it, and then everybody got it. So it's just a matter of just getting it together and constantly doing it week by week by week and all the time, you know, and so.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what I love. Something really, really cool is when, so I don't know if you've seen, I'm a bit of a post freak. I like posting people, you know, stuff. And I love it when you send somebody something, even if it's small, and then they'll take a picture and they'll put it up and say, oh, look what I got. And that starts a whole new conversation about the whole, like, art of just being able to put something in the post again, you know. It's almost a bit like the olden times on Google Plus, because people still have really, they seem to hold those kind of values really closely, sort of thing. And you know, I'm not going to mention names of other social networks, but the big one where you can't really approach people you don't know, and this is such a good way of actually meeting people that you don't know, that you kind of sort of spend less time on the one that, you know, you do know all the people on, because yeah. Anyway, I'm just talking. I'm obsessed with Google Plus, and I'm going to get a t-shirt.
No, you're not. You're not alone. You're not alone. I think we're all obsessed, and it's amazing. Ashton's saying he loves what's going on, and Ashton's over in Broad-Minded, that other show so he's actually taking part with Jane Ellen and Lynette Young and Amy Gabriel and Karen Elaine and Cindy Parrott. It's just having so many friends and you're meeting so many people, and everyone's so great. And you know, I had such a great time even when we did the Halloween Hangout. I know you did when I was doing the China Doll story. You were singing it. And hopefully you're having fun now. It's a little rushed, and it's more serious.
And I'll never forget the China Doll story ever.
Yeah, I read that from a website, even though it was my own version, and they made them take it down because someone complained, and I'm like, really? I'm like, why?
I hope you're going to do another one this Halloween.
Oh, I'd love to. Sure, yeah, I'd love to do a big one. I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be Lori again, or it's me, or we'll all do something. I mean, these are all a lot of work, and I'd love to do a marathon. But even a marathon, you know, is a lot of work. And, you know, getting it all together.
Especially if you're all coming together over the world, like time differences, and just it can get a bit whoa. But yes, for those of you who didn't see it last year, Matt did an amazing rendition of a horror story called China Doll that I can't really remember what is about, other than it goes China Doll or something.
China Doll's in the kitchen or something. Yeah. Wait, don't. I didn't say that. Don't shut us down. I don't know. But, yeah, Ryan, it's a pleasure to have you on. He's thanking me. And, yeah, what's happening is great. There's so much stuff happening. We keep saying that over and over again. Speaking of Google Plus, so let's get into it a little bit more. Let's do a little wrap-up. So this is kind of like my James Lipton. I don't know if you have James Lipton over there inside the actor's studio. He does, like, the questions at the end. But these questions aren't as, like, his are always like, what's your favorite curse word? If you want to answer that.
Okay.
Okay, that's mine too. No, what's your favorite part of Google Plus? Is it usually people say Hangouts, right? So or whatever.
Yes, Hangouts, but meeting people I wouldn't normally ever get to meet.
Okay.
Like you.
Aw. Yeah, so that's what's amazing too, right? So it's that all these interactions. I mean, I often wonder, you know, I've had this before, you know, we're all out in the street and walking around, we all have appointments and things to do and places to get to, you know, and then sometimes there's a moment where it's like you meet someone and you talk to them, but usually it's that moment, like you don't necessarily get names and phone numbers. It's like usually it's like that moment, you know, because we're so hectic, or I don't know, or at least here in New York. And so, but the idea that, you know, you can literally just talk to anyone and decide whether you like each other or not, and talk more and have a way to contact each other. And even that was really scary to a lot of people. Even now it still is, but even then, beginning a year ago. And just that idea that you just say, F it, just meet people. I mean, we were all born, we were all put on this planet, right, to interact.
I've always believed, actually, since sort of, okay, this sounds really like vague, but since the internet started coming about and people could actually meet via this means, I've always been really hopeful that you can meet people and friends and things. And one of my best friends to this day, and he's like literally the best friend, I met him in a chat room back in 2003. We just happened to be the only two people in there, and then it turns out that we were like a couple of doors down, we had all this stuff in common, and then we just became, like, he's amazing, he's such a good friend, and we met through a chat room. And there are a couple of people on here that I've met now that one in particular I talk to every day. It's like he helps me through my working day because he's so funny. And there's a lot of people out there to meet, and things like this, it just makes it easier. And you know, sometimes in real life you can be really shy, and you know, I've had the problem of coming to a new place and you meet a really nice girl or a really nice guy, but you can't say, oh, do you think could we be friends? Like, you can't really say that in real life, because they're like,
well,
yeah, like, it's weird to say, would you like to be my friend? Whereas,
yeah, I mean, I guess people don't say it. I think it just happens or doesn't happen, and I think that it is disappointing when you get to know people and you're like, okay, this person, I know that person, so they're like my friend, and then people like acquaintance or friend, and it's like, well, what's the line between acquaintance and friend? The only line is wanting to make that decision yourself, like, you know, and it's been, you know, you have that experience where you're like, I really know that person, but I only see them at work, or I only see them like if I'm in say like an acting class or some kind of class, and then you're like, you know, and you see them here and there, or maybe you all go out together, but like to become friends, and I think because they say people don't really have time, 2, 3 friends, and really good friends, and then, but Google Plus, I mean, there's so many that I consider my friend. I don't have time to spend with all of them all the time, but I could always spend the whole day plussing them into the whole thread, and then they'll leave a few out, I'm sure, and they're like, why did you do that?
If you try and friend everyone, you'll never get any sleep. And you'll never have a voice. Your voice will be gone. You'll have to do your Hangout conversation.
My voice might be more than that. I hope not. I knock on wood. But
what about honey? Have you been drinking honey? Hot honey and
lemon?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I've done that. I've done the warm tea. I've done the honey. I've done the gargling. I've done salt water. All that stuff. I mean, it comes and goes. It's just, you know, it's literally right where my finger is, where like by the Adam's apple, I could feel. Just like it never gets closed off there, and you know, but who knows? We'll see what it is. I mean, I don't know. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is once I wrap up with you, then I'll do a post show, which will just be like PLUSversary. I'll just go I'll just invite everybody and be like, we're all celebrating this birthday, and I'll be like, I just don't want to talk much, because
I'll be able to tune in via YouTube, because I have to leave at 10 a.m. my time, but I'll be able to watch, so I'll still.
Okay, cool. See what's going on.
Oh,
I like it, spying on me. Spy on me all the time. So yeah, okay. I interrupted. Is there a feature you'd like to see integrated most on Google Plus? It's not here. Maybe related to music or Hangouts or.
Not really. I'm really happy with the way it is. I've seen the events thing, and I tried to do an event yesterday, but because I want to do a Hangout on Sunday for everybody with, you know, like just a sort of jam thing. But it was limited. I could only send it to 250 people. Not that I expect all these people to come in, but because I've got quite a few people in my circles now.
Right.
I found
Did it say 250 somewhere? Because when I was inviting, literally as soon as Vic announced it, I went to try. It popped up and I was doing it, and then I was like, okay, is it 100 people? Is it 2? And I guess then eventually I was able to, because you can only invite, I guess, 250 the first time now, you're saying, and then you have to, because then.
I didn't say anywhere where I could invite, because I couldn't get the invite out. I kept getting rid of like circles and trying.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. Yeah. Wasn't clear.
But I saw someone else's event, and it said someone has been invited along with 249 other people. So I just assumed it was 250.
Maybe, but also what they do too is like you could do the initial invite, and then after the initial invite you could invite more, and then you could plus people in. And then the weird thing is that whole event is also like a thread somewhere, too.
Yeah, that's what I like, that feature. I like the fact that you can then have the thread on the event. But I saw a couple of infuriated posts yesterday from people saying, "Oh my God, like everyone's inviting me to events. Like, what do I do?" And
I don't know why people get so upset.
Well.
Yeah, but I don't know why people get so upset. I get it. You have like important emails that's flooding your box, but I mean, there are way to modify it, and I think that people are just messing around with it, and any new feature they mess around with.
Yeah, I think it will probably die down, but I think it's a good idea, because when I first got on here, was thinking they need an events feature, because, you know, you send a Hangout notification out to everybody, but again, with time difference and stuff, at least even if they can't make it, they can at least contemplate making it, because they know it's going to be happening.
And I also think the cool thing is with the events is that, because we've done things with like the hashtag, like pearls and stuff, to get all the photos, but to get all the pictures, videos, photos, whatever, comments, in one place. It's really cool, although I did see the after party, and it could be overwhelming when you have that. They have like thousands of people, so,
Yeah.
you froze a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, though, with the way that my Google Plus is at the moment, except my blocking last night. The horror. I got spammed. I spammed. I don't know what happened. I might change my password and stuff, but other than that, I'm really happy with it. There's nothing that I would change. Maybe I'm just simple. Maybe I'm
your eloquence.
Everything is improvable, but
you're British, so you have a way about it.
Well, I tell you what, though, I do like Google Plus because that you seem to know when changes are coming. I find like people are talking about it. I don't know where they're getting it from, but you seem to get alerted.
Oh, well, I'll tell you
sooner.
Because there's a Google I/O conference, that's a big conference, so that's going on right now. You can actually watch it live, like Chrome, Google Plus, Android, all these different things. And so they had the keynotes there, and in the keynote yesterday, they had Vic was talking about Google Events, and then they interrupted it with the Project Glass, the glasses, with skydiving, and all that. So they were just like, bam, 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 thank you, ma'am, So they're like, and I bet more's coming. Like, I think this is just the beginning of craziness, but of good
Definitely.
stuff.
It's exciting place to be. That's what I was thinking yesterday when I saw all these events. I was thinking, I'd love to get in the mind of Mr. Google Plus and work out what he's thinking or she's thinking of, like the next.
All right. Although that's like a million people, though, like tons of people.
Yeah, I know. But I like to imagine it's one person with a big.
Mr. Monopoly, Mr. Google. What about Hangouts? What's the first thing you think of when you think of Hangouts? Is there a word or a thing that comes to your mind?
Unpredictable.
That works. And people, any other musicians or artists or people that don't get enough love besides K7? Maybe someone else that you've discovered that you think could use some more?
People I've discovered, I tell you who I really, really, really like, and she's a pretty avid user. I really like Heather Faye.
Okay,
She gets a lot of love, but she is really deserving of it. I love her.
I love Heather Faye too, yeah.
And
it's like fireflies. I try to do my cover.
And there's just the thing I like. I see the sort of regular set of musicians going around, but I've really got into some other people's music by being on here, which is what I love about live shows. When I used to do the gig scene in London, I wouldn't have seen half of the live music I had if I hadn't been doing it myself. And the Google Plus is similar to that because, pages like indie music and artists in the Plus, they are continuously circling, sharing, different people's music. And it's like, oh, look, I'm here as well. So you can just click play, you're not going to search for it, you're giving it. And that's what's really good. And it's not just musicians. I've some amazing photographers and artists on here as well, that sometimes I see a picture and I'm looking at it going, like, how did you even see that? How I take a snap of me going, how do I? Oh God, it's a really, really inspiring place to be. I have to, people might think it's a bit weird when I say that in real life because it's a computer, but the stuff people are sharing.
But it's not just a computer, it's people's personalities, it's their souls. They're putting themselves out there. So it's like, I guess it happens other places to a degree, but not the same degree, because people are usually like that at the Facebook, they're really interested in kind of like something funny maybe, and like your pictures are like, getting together, whereas like this place is just all about like each other, and the idea that friends and people you already know versus the stranger element, I think is the big difference. And so that's why you don't have as many inhibitions, I think. And you start, if you do, I think people's inhibitions slowly, they're like, I don't really want to talk to strangers, okay, I don't really want to hang out. Then they're like, oh, I do want to hang out. Oh, I don't really want to like post this to everyone. Wait, I do want to post that. You start to like unwind, and you're like, okay, I feel good. Until one day, no, I'm just kidding. The aliens come. We're almost out of time. Cat pictures, dog pictures, animated GIFs. Do you like those? Do you care about those?
Sorry, I missed the question.
Cat pictures, dogs, animated GIFs, hate, love.
Okay, I do like the odd cat and dog picture, but seeing as sometimes there are hundreds on my stream, I'm just
only
like,
on Saturday.
Have I missed something here?
Oh, that's Sunday for you, I guess.
I think it's really cool to put a picture with your posts because I'm more drawn to like the picture and then I read the words sort of thing. And I have to admit, there are some lovely pictures and quotes and stuff that go up, and I know you get like a stream of them. There's sometimes ones that you just like, you know, I try not to post Disney quotes because it's Disney. I might get hated for my hate of Disney, but I do like Disney, but not in that way. But there are some really inspiring words, and sometimes, like I had a couple of weeks ago, I was really down. I was just feeling really crap, and someone had just posted this little thing, just a tiny little thing about your dreams. It didn't even have a picture with it. It was just a quote, and I was just like, oh, actually. And I read it, and I read it again, and I just felt a little bit better. So I think that if you're open to that kind of way of communication, then you can start to use it emotionally, sort of thing. But I try not to do too many cat pictures and dog pictures. I might do one today, though, just for you.
Oh, you should. Broad-minded, they love me, so hey, broad-minded, I love you. Yeah, I mean, cat pictures, dog pictures, sure. You know, listen, I'm for all the things. I mean, I could ask you more questions, or you could sing, or you need to go. You tell me. It's because I see we have about a minute. What?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. I can still talk for a couple of minutes, but I think I'm gonna have to put my guitar away because there's lots of people out in reception. So I'm really sorry. But
that's fine. It's fine. That's cool. So, for sure.
So a bit longer, but then I will have to.
All right, I won't keep you too much longer. We mentioned the big one. So do you still use Facebook, Twitter, the LinkedIn, other sites, Pinterest, less, more, the same?
I love Pinterest. I really love Pinterest because I find myself spending hours like looking at. I think so I'm making a doll's house at the moment because I felt like it, and it's really good if you're making.
Is it a China doll's house?
It is a China doll's house. It's good. Pinterest is really inspiring because there's so many creative ideas, like people showing you how to make things and stuff. So I do really like Pinterest. Not for the whole followers thing. I don't know even if I have followers on Pinterest. I just like looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
Twitter I use sort of most of the time, but I'm not using it how I should be, I don't think. Facebook I use really to keep in touch with all my friends and family, and I do use it for my music, but I tend to just get my friends liking my posts, you know, and they don't need to, and I'm not bothered if they do or not. I'd much feel like my time is more valuable spent doing it to people who really, you know, want to hear and want to share and things. So I've lost my love for Facebook and music promotion because it's so difficult to approach randoms. You can't just introduce yourself. You know, send a friend request. You know, I get friend requests from people. I'm like, I don't know that person, and I won't add. Do you have
the subscribe model over there so they can subscribe to you?
Yeah, I've got a Lizzy Spit page. So.
No, but say on your own page, they can subscribe to you. So instead of adding a friend, not to hawk a feature there, but if you want to, if people, that was something new they released to sort of compete with Plus a little bit. Yeah, you can set it so people can subscribe to you, but maybe you don't want to because you're going to find you on Plus.
My likes on Facebook have gone up like 100% since I've been on Google Plus because I've seen a lot of Google Plus crew liking my page on Facebook as well, which I think is really nice. So I've had more action on Facebook than I have ever had since joining Google Plus.
Right, and that's really what it is. They all work in sync because it's about the community. I mean, Google Plus is great.
Yeah, and my YouTube page, that's like, I'm a couple of hundred views from my 10,000 target. Which
that's cool.
I'm really excited about because I think 10,000 is a big number for me personally. So.
No, 10,000 is a pretty big number for most people. That's cool. So is there something that is the Halloween hangout or something else, something that happened? I mean, this concert you're doing with Katie or something that happened in between where you're like, oh, that is just so like inspiring or amazing. You mentioned the hangout quote. You mentioned the pictures, maybe a hangout or an artist or a story that inspired you or that you
I think that my top highlight or top inspirational moment came from when I started writing that Hangout song. It came from just so many people bothering to message me and help me with my song by saying, you know, this is what happened and this is how I feel, and you know, you don't have to. You can see a post and ignore it, you know, but people actually went out of their way to say, well, this is what I like about Hangouts, this is why I do them, and you know, some of the stories they were really emotional. And I just thought, God, these people, like the whole ghost town issue that has popped up.
It's not, yeah. It's never an issue. That thing was, listen, that ghost town thing, if you're watching, that was just to sell papers and tech and write something. I mean, it's, look, it's not a ghost town. It's,
no, I know.
No, I'm saying it's far from it, but it was the wrong choice of words. It's that the people that are experiencing this ghost town-like syndrome was really just people that were not involved, people that were just like signing up for accounts and not really circling people and not really, they might circle 50 or 100 people, but they weren't circling, or even just users, and that's getting better, but they weren't circling the community, the people that are hanging out, the people that are posting, the people that are doing stuff. And I think that needs to be here from the beginning, and I think that hopefully it's going to get better and it'll get more new users involved to find us.
Well, that's the thing. You can't, post a video out overnight and expect to have like millions of views. You have to make it findable. You have to make it interesting. You have to make your content worth watching. It's like,
go on.
Nobody just makes 1 million views overnight if they just put a video up and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I thought that was you laughing then, like crazy. But it was your doggy again.
Again, yes. She is a beast.
Play with me. Play with me. I want you to hang out. Play with the dog. Play with me.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, woof, hey, come here. She's like doing one of those. She's a diva. She put her head up. What do you want? What? She'd be like, I can't thank you enough. You're doing this concert with Katie 78. It's July 8th. Plug that. Plug your website. Where can you find your music? Where can you find your stuff?
The best place to find my stuff is on my Google Plus profile because it's basically all posted there. But for music, YouTube, which is youtube.com, I am Lizzy Spit. That's my channel. Lizzy Spit on SoundCloud. Just Google Lizzy Spit. I'm all over the internet in a good way.
I'm spitting all over the internet in a good way. I mean it. Awesome.
Thanks so much, Matt, for having me on. It's been great. A good way to start the day.
Yeah, it's a great way. I can't believe if it was me, I'd be like, just the fact. Did you get enough sleep? You must have got how many hours of sleep? 3, 4, 7?
Oh, I got about 7 last night.
All right. Yeah.
I was pretty prepared.
You didn't stay up all night. I would have been like, it's so hard for me to go to sleep because I'm like, it's always something to do. Lizzy Spit, you're awesome, and I wish I'm gonna have you back. And
yeah,
you led us into a bunch of musical shows that just worked out this way. But Sunday, I'm going to this friend's band to their actual house or garage, and I'm gonna be live on Sunday with them this Sunday. Cool. Well, you say you're doing a show Sunday, but whatever, so it's all good. Although the time zone.
It'll be a different time. Definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm doing during the day.
Saturday night for America, so.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, during the day. And then I'm doing, next week we'll have Rebecca Pearl. Have you heard of her? She'll be on Thursday, and then Matt Gibson after that, he's a guitar player, and all leading up to, and then I'll have to book some more guests. I try to book as many as I can, and then eventually they come, they go, they're here, they're not. It's like he's the host, you're the host. Hangout's in there. You want to do it? You're the host. I'll let you get some help. But if you're the host, you're the booking agent, you're the social media guy, you're the coming up with the prep, the questions, the makeup, the hair, the set.
You are the hostess.
I'm a hostess. Great. That makes me feel like a man. Yes. Thanks for watching live YouTube, Google Plus Stream, hangoutconversations.com. We're all over the place. Nice to have you here. And coming up after maybe I take a little break, I will do a Google PLUSversary mega bonanza. I'm going to go see what's going on with the broad-minded women. I was going to call them chicks. I mean, any word does.
Chicks are fine.
Chicks.
Don't worry.
I won't call them tomatoes. I can't eat any tomatoes. We'll be back live on Sunday. Check that special show out. I think I'll be doing it either 2, 3 o'clock. One of those times, but I'll just pop up in your stream. You're like, oh, Matt's doing a show on Sunday? That's weird. Should I watch it? Maybe.
You should watch it.
You should watch it. Watch it! All right. So, Lizzy Spit, have a nice day. And
thank you.
I hope that you don't work too hard on your last day.
I won't.
And
thanks very much, Matt. And I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks for putting up with everything and doing all those songs and just doing the fact that you did. I didn't think you were going to even do that song. That the comedy. I didn't know, but thank you.
Well, you know, I had inspiration from a very high place, so.
Awesome. Oh, next time you're here, you will wear a halo on your head, and I'll wear the devil horns. Cool. We'll do that, so we can do the devil, heaven and hell, and then we'll have someone in the middle, and we'll be like their shoulder on the angel and the devil.
We can have little China dolls on our shoulders.
China dolls everywhere, all over the place. Japan dolls. I don't want to let you go, but all right, go work, go do your thing, and Lizzy Spit.
Take care.
Take it easy. Good night. Farewell. That was Lizzy Spit. Bye. Lizzy Spit, thank you all for tuning in. My dog is barking, and he was a big part of the show. Lizzy was great. Ryan Van Sickle, thank you as well. And everyone watching, Rebecca Woodhead was watching, and Ashlyn was watching, John Michelle, Artist Plus. A lot of people check this out if you're watching on YouTube. Great. If you're watching after the fact. Again, I mentioned all the shows. So Conversations Plus will not be happening next. I don't know what to call it. I'll just call it the PLUSversary version of Conversations Plus, and everyone, it will be happening. And Lizzy won't be here, but I'll get a lot of people in, and we will talk about everything. Memories. We will relive the memories, because this is your plus. Good night. So long. Sayonara. Go start an event, and you know what? Invite me to all the events you want. I'll deal with it. I will deal with it. Peace. And I'm going to go finish my fish, because I got to eat. I should, okay? That's good fish.